Gideon Optics changes the way you enjoy your gun. From rifle optics like the Guardian LPVO to pistol optics like the Omega and Rock, Gideon Optics engineers sights and scopes packed with bleeding-edge features and price them fairly for gun owners that require the best on the range, on duty, or on their hip. GideonOptics.com, where affordability meets quality. Save 10% with code FRN10. Now, to your podcast.
Welcome to the Firearms Insider Gun and Gear Review Podcast, episode 549. This episode is brought to you by XS Sights, Primary Arms, Walker Defense, and VZ Grips. In this show, we'll be discussing HK's new pistol, or should we say Taurus's old pistol, a new magazine, a multi-tool, and Savage's Lever 22. As you may know, we try to showcase guns, gear, and anything else you might be interested in. We do our best to evaluate products from an unbiased and honest perspective. I'm Chad Wallace, host of the most dedicated firearm podcast around. At least that's what we classify ourselves as. And tonight we have everybody, Rusty, Tony, and Rob. And you know what that means? Rusty gets to take this first ad.
VZ Grips has been manufacturing handgun grips since 2003 with a reputation for quality, consistency, and innovation. Top-tier manufacturers choose VZ Grips. They come in a variety of styles, patterns, colors, and are manufactured from proprietary G10, micarta, carbon fiber, or polymer. Available with varying degree of textures, VZ offers a wide range of grips for all different firearm types. Made in the USA, VZ gives you the grip you can count on. Feature grip of the week is the Smith & Wesson J-Frame High Horn Grip in Tactical Diamond. You know what?
That's actually cool. a new grip for him, is the High Horn Grip.
I like that.
Yeah, I thought it was pretty cool.
Let's see if it fit one of my J-Frames or my knockoff J-Frames.
Probably. I mean, maybe. You never know.
It's a charter.
Yeah, probably. Who knows? It might be you have to modify it slightly.
Anyway, coupon code GGR15 gets you 15% off handgun grips and rifle grips at vzgrips.com.
Sweet. And since you're talking, Rusty, did you do anything in firearms the last couple of weeks? Because you were working last week.
I worked last week. I've got a few new guns. I've got one of Foxtrot Mike's new Zukov stocks and lowers in. I bought a pistol in my sleep.
It was cheap, so it doesn't really matter.
It was cheap, but I really did. I was like, don't check your emails while you're asleep. And like on a 48-hour shift, I bought a G-Force Arms Chronicle 1911 in 9mm. I picked it up today, and I have to say, for the $299, I think is what I paid for, $289, $299, something like that. I'm really impressed. I mean, it's got nice fiber optic sights on it, adjustable rear sights, 2 9-round magazines. It's got pretty good grips on it. It's slick. The trigger's a little heavy, but I figured it'd break in. But there's like no creep, no wall on it, nothing like that. And I mean, so far it looks good. I'm going to take it to the range and put a bunch of ammo through it and see what it does. Sweet.
Yeah, I'm kind of glad you bought that in your sleep, because I was curious, because they're one of the Turkish 1911s.
Yeah.
Not that Turkish 1911s are bad, because you look at them all, but nobody had really seen the G-Force once to know. And so I was pretty curious to hear about it. So
yeah, so I bought it, and then I was like, I had to come home and tell the wife. I was like, I bought this in my sleep, and I apologize. She goes, I don't care. She says, it's your money. So I was like, sweet. So do that more often.
She didn't say that you bought it for her. Tony's
marketing team. What is that marketing team? Just stick it through the handle of the freaking pickup.
Are you sure?
It look good like that. That makes sense.
Are you sure Rusty didn't take that picture?
Dude. That's the weirdest.
Well,
It just doesn't even make sense.
No.
My gun dealer, he the guy, it's my CPA that I pick up I pick up all my form, my suppressors and stuff like that from, and he just does transfers. And he says, he called me, he goes, he said, for what you pay for this thing, he said, this thing's nice, because he shoots the silhouette stuff 45. and he uses a Colt government model. And he goes, "This thing is really nice." He said, "I've been playing with it over here." He said, "It's not bad at all." And so
Sweet.
I'm kind of just if it's anything like the other Turkish 1911s I've had or shot, it's going to be a good gun.
Yeah. Hopefully it is.
I hope so.
I'm sure we'll hear more about it.
So the Chronicle's only available in 9?
I thought they had a 45. I could be wrong.
They do, but it might be a different model.
Yeah, it might be a different model. But I know, I thought they had a 45 as well.
I'm pretty sure they do, but maybe not now.
Not on their page.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
Maybe.
I want their, what is their 9mm pistol they have that takes the Glock mag?
The Raptor?
No, the Raptor.
Yeah, the Raptor.
The Raptor, yeah.
I want the 6, not the 8. It's a 6-inch barrel. But I can't find it.
Yeah. I don't, the imported one, right? Yeah. Yeah, I know which one you're talking about, but yeah, I can't remember either. Now,
it'd make a nice SBR.
Yeah, I'm going to ask Rob if he did anything, but I think I know the answer. If he's even here.
I'm here. I'm here. I didn't do anything at Firearms this weekend, just still cleaning up the property, but at least I got a property to clean up,
That's
Been doing
true.
a bit of work, this, that, and the other.
Yeah.
I mean, my sister lives in the west coast of Florida, and like I said, her house got kind of flooded.
Yeah, that's kind of sucks. But yeah, well, at least, yeah, like you said, at least you got a place to clean up. So that's always good. Tony, I'll go to you because I know you and I both did something. And from what I hear, we're both losers.
Yeah, I am not a loser, sir.
Oh, that's right.
I'm a top 15 finisher.
That's right. You're top 15 out of 15.
Yeah. How many were participating?
You didn't, but you got a prize.
Okay, listen. If we want to get icky, I was top 20.
Okay, that's better. That's better. I like that.
Did you get a box of tissues to dry your eyes with?
Not at all, man. They gave me a trash bag and gloves because
that's
I was
what
last
it was.
place, and that's cleanup. And they gave me a box of CCI ammo to practice more. So, yeah, I shot in a Old Bridge rimfire competition. They call it the Rams, rimfire action match. There you go, Rams. Rimfire action match, Old Bridge rimfire action match. And it was $10. I tell people to compete all the time. Go out, have some fun, meet some people. So because I already shoot at that rifle and pistol club on Fridays multiple times a month anyway, one of the guys who knows me, who was at one of the first couple of years of diversity shoots, became firearms instructor and did his thing. He has his carry permit, but he'd been telling me, you need to come out. You need to come out to OB Rams. You need to come out. It's two gun. You have a 22 pistol. Even if you don't have a 22 pistol, we'll provide all the gear. Just bring your ass out here. So I went, and it kicked off Saturday morning, 9:00. Of course, since it was my first match, it's hilarious because half the people there. I've shot with half the people there in both rimfire pistol, action shooting, and police challenge. So I've shot 3 different types of competitions with people already there, but the other half never seen me before, so I had to get qualified with the range to show I know the safety rules and how to handle a firearm. And I'm like, they don't know me, fine.
Yeah.
If it takes, you know what I mean? Okay, sure. Yep, these are range safety rules, no problem. All right, you want to see me fire 3 rounds and safely take my gun out of the bag and put it in the bag? No problem. But I'd taken IDPA classes before. A friend of mine actually hosts them to get people and introduce them to the sport. So I've taken that twice. This was the first time I actually ran a competition. It was really exciting because you got to shoot and move, ever increasing smaller size targets, further distances, shoot, no shoot targets that are partially behind cover. I got to do all of that. And it was fun, but you have to remember the order you go in, do this, do that. You shoot these targets from this spot, and then you got to move to the next spot. You change. It was all interesting. It was all fun. And I thought I was because in my mind, when I watch people do it online, I'm like, shooting the Texas Star looks hard, but there's an art to it. You can't spaz. You can't start chasing the target around. So I got to it. I looked at it. I was like, because they had it at 25 or 30 yards away, the Texas Star, and I'm shooting it with 22s out of a carbine. I really blasted. What has it got? Eight stars on it?
6.
6?
Yeah, 6.
I nailed it, and I nailed it and had rounds left because I'm only stuck with 10-round magazines in Jersey. So I just did a magazine change anyway to move to the next station. But I did not run empty on my first Texas Star, so that was pretty cool. A lot of fun. I recommend it to everyone. And because I got the jacked up knees, one of the targets was in a barrel that you're supposed to drop to your knees and shoot the barrel, and they were like, shoot over the barricade, dude. Don't even worry about that crap.
Nice.
That was cool. And yeah, I mean, one, don't DQ. Be safe. Don't DQ. 2, have fun. 3, don't get hurt. So I ran it. It was all new to me. My times were slow as heck compared to everyone else. But they were impressed with the fact that I could run my handgun. Everyone had a red dot on every gun they had. I had iron sights on my pistol. Some targets I was hitting before the people with red dots on it. And then when I tried to brace my pistol off a barricade, everything went to crap. I'm like, I cannot shoot off the barricade. Like, just put it down, rest it on top and shoot. I'm shooting low. I'm like, dude. And I just stood up, ping, ping, ping. Interesting. So I learned some stuff about my own shooting style. I had a lot of fun. I recommend it no matter what your age. I was not the oldest guy there. I was not the youngest guy there. We had dudes in their 20s. Like, I ran an SR-22, Ruger SR-22. I ran a Ruger 1022 with a tandem cross, Matticore X lower receiver. The trigger was crazy. I had the Advocate 1 Prism that Gideon Optics sent me. I have no complaints about anything I used. And then there were dudes there that actually had dedicated ARs set up to only shoot 22s in what most people call a pistol configuration, but we can't have that in Jersey. We have a pistol. It's called a non-NFA because it has a vertical grip. They had that, and they had Glock 44s set up just like their carry guns. So they had the whole tactical rig and everything. I mean, plate carriers, and they were running it with all their gear. So that's how they ran it. So it's everybody from Ruger pistols to the Glock pistol setup. I was looking around because I wanted to do an after action, hey, what are you running kind of thing, but I didn't tell everybody ahead of time. So that's my bad. I didn't tell everyone ahead of time that I wanted to talk to them about the gear they were carrying. So that was what I did. Had a lot of fun. Yeah, I think that was all right.
Yeah, sure.
Oh, and I went to Tanner's in PA, which is a really nice gun shop that I used to go to all the time. I'd buy like 6 guns there a year. COVID hit, and you used to have to get a number and wait outside and come in only 2 at a time. And you felt like an asshole if you went in to browse when you could only have 3 people in the building.
Yeah.
So I just stopped going during COVID. It kind of fell off. But it was my first time back. If you're in the PA, Trenton, New Jersey area, I suggest you go there because they have a huge turnover, a lot of cool stuff to check out. Because they turn so many guns over, their prices on used guns are really nice.
Gotcha. I actually went and did something too. I, of course, did not get last place. But I did not win anything. What it is every quarter they call it like a range day or something. So they set up at the range here. They set up it's rifle, pistol, and they set up like 4 or 5 different like drill type things, and you shoot them. A bunch of people come out. You get prizes because this was like the invitational version. So it's kind of one of those things. It works out, but like the first 2 drills were pistol only. Like some have reloads, some don't. And then the other 2 were like rifle to pistol transition. with reloads, some without, stuff like that. One of the stages was fastest to draw your handgun and one shot on steel at 25 yards. It was a USPSA steel. Of course, I missed it. So, because I was trying to go fast. I mean, if I'd hit it, it would have been pretty fast. But, stuff like that. And then they have a man-on-man or person-on-person. And sometimes it's a dueling tree. This time it was 2 Texas Stars. You load up 10 rounds. They make it so that everybody who, no matter what they're shooting, handgun, buzzer, you draw, shoot the Texas Star. And if you beat the other guy, you go on to the next round. I made it through like 3-4 rounds, I think.
What was you using?
I was using the 320 in that Strike Industries pistol chassis that I modified with a addable STD competition red dot on it. So it's got a comp. It weighs a freaking ton. I mean, the gun shoots fantastic for me. And then for the rifle, it's actual rifle. It's not 22. So I was shooting 5.56. It was my PWS piston upper because I put that new Primary Arms 1-10 Nova on it. And so I was using that, even though these were close drills for the rifles. So it stayed at 1 power, but you can use it like a red dot. So I did it. I mean, I think the farthest we shot was 25 yards or something. So it was, did I say the steel target with the pistol was 50 yards? Sorry. It was not 25, if I remember correctly. I don't know what it was. It's somewhere in there, but they were hyping me up. People were saying on the Texas Star one, they're like, oh, these things suck. I don't know how to shoot it, stuff like that. And then, of course, the guy running it, he's like named off a few people. And he's like, oh, yeah, Chad knows how to do that. He knows how to shoot a Texas Star pretty good. And even though I didn't win, I went pretty far. And I was happy that I went as far as I did with the Texas Star. And yeah, if you shoot a Texas Star enough, you get halfway decent with shooting them because I always go clockwise. I'll shoot the top one and then just work my way around as they spin up to me, and I'm going down to them. It's really not as bad as some people say, but if you're new to them, they can kick your butt. I was going to say something
intimidating.
Yes, very intimidating.
Because you got targets moving, and most people aren't used to that.
Yeah, but there were like 30 people there, a lot of fun. And it's kind of one of those things, go out, half the people, kind of like Tony said, and the other half you don't know. There's people of all ages. I think the oldest guy was like 84 or something. He was shooting an AK variant, which was pretty awesome because everybody else was shooting an AR variant with various stuff. You get to check out people's gear, what they're using, all that kind of stuff, which is cool. I thoroughly enjoy it just because, one, it's shooting. It's good practice. Tony knows. Rusty knows. Rob knows. I mean, it's hard to explain, but camaraderie and just fun. You learn stuff. You learn stuff about your equipment. I mean, I've shot enough of these that I kind of know, sling, how to run the rifle, stuff like that. But
it's a good time at the range.
Yeah. And like I said, you do win prizes.
Those types of competition, you can actually practice drawing and shooting. Most ranges don't allow you to do that because they have to be safe for the least common denominator, and a lot of people don't practice.
Right, and my local range is outdoor, so if you're a member, you can go in one of the bays. If it's open, you can move, you can shoot. You just can't shoot steel targets with rifles in the bays. You have to go to the main rifle range. But, that's not really a big deal. But if you're shooting pistols only, you can shoot steel all day long if you have your own steel. In fact, 2 of them are even set up for. You can go in there with a pistol. It's the club steel. You just shoot them, reset it, stuff like that. So, yeah.
We had a target that had to be this big at 25 yards, bro. And because they had them set back, staggered, small, and they got bigger as you went.
Right.
And it's on a stand. So I punch out with the carbine, right? Because I have the 1X Prism, which is awesome. I mean, it was really, really clear. I'm like, I can't even see the target. So I followed the stick up. And when I didn't see stick anymore, I pulled the trigger. It's like, ping. I'm like, wow, that was good. That Texas Star thing. All right, cool. Because I started at the bottom.
Yeah. Always start at
I started
top.
at the bottom. Oh, okay. I started at the bottom. I hit the one at the bottom, and then because it didn't move immediately. So I went straight to the top and nailed that one. And then just picked the spot and waited for them to come by and hit them that way. Like, you can see them when they slow down because they don't always just stop and go. There's a pause.
Uh-huh.
And I just brought it. So it wasn't as hard as I thought, but I thought through it a lot because I've watched other people compete shooting the Texas Star.
Yeah.
And I'm like, number one, don't spaz because the targets are moving.
Nope.
You know what I mean? And the other one we had was the hostage target right here, and then the moving target was swinging back and forth.
See, I don't care for those either because the speed changes on them, and it's like, but
I loved it because it gave me a chance to mag dump in Jersey.
okay, I get you there.
And with this trigger that this Matador X has on it is like 2.5 pounds. It was like, I just jumped on. It was like, so I think I fired like 6 times, and I still, because you only have to hit the target twice,
right?
And I hit it like 3, but I just threw it my shoulder and just tried to mag up as fast as I could.
Well,
because you don't get a chance here.
Yeah, I hear you. But like you were saying on the Texas Star, you got to figure if you shoot the top one, it's going to spin slower because all the other 4, 5 are down below. So until you start shooting the others, it's not going to start spinning very fast. But if you shoot the bottom, there's weight. And so it's going to start spinning faster. I mean, if you shoot it fast enough, Tony, it doesn't matter how you shoot it. That's what I'm going to say.
Okay. I mean, I think I got it pretty quick. Dude, it was just so much. It was just my first time doing any of it. So it was just fun. Like, and the stage ends, and I'm like, I want to run the stage again. I want to do it again. And it's like, yep, nope, everybody on the team ran it. Now you got to move to the next stage. I'm like, just getting good.
Yeah. I hear you. Well, that moves us into Patriot Patch Co., the infamous bandwidth sponsor and their Patch of the Month Club, because, of course, it's still the Attack of the Gun Grabbers patch. I guess I better show the patch, not the sticker, so the light doesn't reflect off of it. But definitely go check them out. They got all kinds of stuff over there, cool stuff, cool patches. Just check them out. You know that. They do custom patches too. So if you need custom patches, there they go. Now, affiliates discounts. There's one new one. There's going to be 2 once I get it uploaded. But US Optics gave us an Insider 15 for 15% off US Optics over there. And Camerado is going to be on there once I update it and get everything working. So, might as well help that Sean guy out or something.
I bought the windbreaker.
Yeah.
I got the sun shirt and the hoodie.
I have the zip up hoodie and it's fantastic.
The hoodie runs a little small. I even bought a 3X and I'm a 2X.
That's what I did, and mine happens to fit me good, but
it's a little snug on me. But the sun shirt, I love it. The windbreaker is fantastic, and I've been wearing it hunting. It blends in so good. I got the I believe it's the Recon.
Yeah,
and because for this area, it's fantastic, and it's really good.
When I bought mine, they had like 2 different patterns, and I just got the original, whatever they call it now.
We need one with all of the Camerado with the Kilt the Street guy all over it. Like,
just make a camo of that.
Yeah.
in different colors.
Well, obviously, I have to go in and find out who his supplier is and get my own damn shit because
Bubbles.
they don't have adult sizes.
Yeah, well, that's typical. I mean, at least he doesn't send you two X's or three X's, whatever there.
He can send you a dozen smalls.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. Well, Rob, Rob, do you want to take this disclaimer?
Let's get this before it gets too far off the rails.
Exactly.
The
It's
views
too
and
late.
opinions expressed in this podcast are those of the individual co-hosts and do not reflect the official policy or position of the Firearms Radio Network and or their employers. This is not legal advice, nor should it be considered as such. Viewer discretion is advised. This is especially true on live shows. And tonight, since we don't have a main topic or review, we're going to have a product spotlight. We'll be sponsored by Walker Defense Research. Walker Defense provides shooters with the finest, most innovative quality tactical accessories and firearm components around. From their Nile grip panel to their Nero muzzle brakes, no details are ever left behind. Only top quality materials are used in the manufacturing process. Together, all of this gives you some of the best firearm performance around. Everything they have to offer is proudly made in the USA. Walker Defense, where American ingenuity meets bleeding edge technology. And our Walker Defense product of the week is their Dark Matter bolt carrier.
And Rob, I put that in there, even though I put it in a couple weeks ago, because I happen to have the Dark Matter.
Sexy.
It is so shiny. If you're watching the video, you can see it's hard to tell, but it's reflecting all the light off of it. It's super slick.
Stealth.
Huh?
So much for stealth. Thank God it's inside the upper.
Yeah,
right?
yeah. Exactly. Well, I mean, it makes it slick, but it's super slick, and I can't wait. It'll get a full review when I get to it.
Nice.
Yeah.
Hey, just remember to use the code Insider15 for 15% off everything at walkerdr.com.
Nice.
And now let's talk about the H&K CC9, Chad.
Let's do that.
T3.
All for, with an MSRP of $699. And yes, we'll get into that. But this is HK USA's new subcompact pistol, I guess is how you would say it. And granted, Tony's going to tell us, since Rusty probably too, how it looks a lot like something else that's on the market. But I'll go on here and we'll go through this thing. Of course, it's 9mm. It is an inch wide basically and has a 3.32 inch barrel. 4.92 inches high with the 12 round mag and 4.6 with the 10 round, 6 inches long. It weighs 18.4 ounces. They don't really give you much information on this thing for some reason, but it's got good grip texture. It's got a few other things going for it. It is optics ready. Man, I can't even see this. I'm going blind here. Okay, now I'm to where I can actually read this thing. Of course, trigger safety. It's RMSC for Hollow Sun 407K footprint. It does have a tritium front sight. Of course, triggers comes with a couple back straps, or one on the gun and two others. They say the length of pull is optimized for better control and recoil management. I don't know if that really matters for anything. Trigger pull, they say, is 5 pounds. It moves 1/4 of an inch, stuff like that. Let's see if I'm missing anything. Not really. It's got front rear charging serrations. Let's see. Is it an ambi-mag release, or they don't really say, but it looks like it does have an ambi-mag release and ambi slide stop. So you got that going for it. Looks like decent texture. Teeny bit of a finger groove. It's got a little cutout so you can rip the mag out. I mean, it's more of a recess, but you get the idea. It is HK's new, I guess, 365 competitor, I guess, is what we would consider this thing. I'm glad HK brought it out. They're a little behind the times, but also, I don't know. It's got to be HK USA because I don't think they could import this thing because of all the size restrictions on importation of firearms. So there's that. Street price is probably going to be about $600 would be my guess. And it looks a lot like a Taurus. That's all I could say. Granted, they put the right optics cut on it. I don't know why. It's got pretty low sights. I don't know why they didn't put tall sights on it. It's got a short pick rail on the front. You know, it's got good qualities. I just don't know, unless you're an HK fan person. I don't think
Or
you're
Shield.
Maybe because I don't know.
Nice.
I mean, the market's kind of, there's so many market guns like this that have been out for a while. So that's my thoughts. Go ahead.
I looked at it, and the first thing I thought of was like, did they put the wrong picture up there? And so because I've had a G3, it wasn't a bad gun. So I started going back and looking at pictures. I was like, this damn thing is almost identical, just with a few changes in it. Kind of like how that one company, we reviewed their gun that did the Springfield, you know, I don't remember who it was now. It's kind of like the same thing. Granted, I hope that it has the internals that like the VP9 has and the trigger pull, and it runs great, because it'll be a good gun. It'll be a good carry gun. It's something new to the market. I do think they're a little behind the times, probably about 7 or 8 years too late of bringing it out. Yep. Mm-hmm. Tony's
I
showing
can't
the
agree with
picture.
Yeah, Tony's showing a picture. So if you're watching live, you can actually.
If you're watching live, you should be watching live because it's an awesome show. Really handsome. But,
I wonder who that is. There we go. Yeah. So there's pictures on the internet. You can find them yourself, and it shows you how close they look.
So, you done, Rusty?
I'm done. I mean,
Okay. So I went to the usual suspects, right? The sycophants, the ones that just love HK. Meanwhile, yeah, HK sent us this 3 months ago. Okay, cool. So we know what your relationship is with them. That think it's shoot turds and you wouldn't say anything. Fine. So I'm listening to them. Oh, it's been under development for 3 years. Okay, that means absolutely nothing to me, because a lot of guns were in development for a long time and they came out and sucked. So they said supposedly they ran 750,000 rounds through these guns that they had to make sure they worked fine. And it's an HK. Well, I'm beyond the point now that because you say a name, I'm going to give you the benefit of the doubt. Sorry, nobody gets that by anymore. A SIG used to be something that when you heard a SIG P226 or a SIG P220, you knew you were getting a good gun. And then all of a sudden they became a test ground for they changed their policy and their customers became their beta testers. No, not doing that. Colt used to be good, and then they fell off. Almost every major company started having recalls that had a really good reputation. So obviously something changed in the way they did business. Maybe they did a risk assessment when it's okay for our customers to be our beta testers, regardless of how much we charge. So no one gets the benefit of the doubt anymore. I'm hoping they put something out that's good. They seem to have got almost everything right. I don't understand why they don't have higher sights on it for something with an optics cut already. Maybe that cut is low enough that you can get a lower 1/3 witness on it. I watched a lot of videos, and I don't quite remember if I heard anyone saying that they could see the sights from there. I looked at it, and it seems small to me. It seems a P320 size with a 10 and 12 round magazine in it. I don't think my hand would fit. And then once you get to the size of the 15 round mag, is that what it has? A 15
12.
or 17 round mag?
It's a 10 or a 12.
It only goes to 12?
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
Oh, I thought they had 3 different sizes. I thought it went up to the 3rd size. No?
You're thinking about the fuse.
Yeah. Or not the CC9.
Okay, cool. My whole thing is I don't think it's big enough for my hand personally, so I don't even care. But hey, cool. If HK is their first new release in 10 years of a new model, I hope it's a success. It seems to be in that price range where it stays affordable and it doesn't go into the HK hates you zone. So I really hope it kicks butt. But it's in a really tight place. I hope it has the toughness of most HK handguns, but everything ain't the UHP. I mean, the USP. Everything's not the USP. Everything's not the P30. So can it stand up to the abuse that some of these guns had because they were developed for military testing? They were developed for police testing. This was developed for the civilian world. Is it as tough as the other stuff? I hope so. Like, I have family that actually carries a HK P30 SK. And this dude never cleaned it, didn't even know how to take it apart. You could have knitted a sweater with the lint he had in it inside his barrel. I'm like, dude, never let your gun go this long without cleaning it. Like 3 years he carried it without cleaning it. Or shooting it seems. So Anyway, I hope it works out. It seems to check all the spots. But when everybody's talking about it, when all the usual suspects get it and they tell you how great it is because they put 100 rounds through it, I'm suspicious.
Yeah, I always get suspicious of that too. Now, granted, unlike the lookalike gun, H&K has a better reputation for quality than Taurus does by far. So, like you said, you get, hopefully it carries over to this line, which we can assume it does because it's an HK. We don't know for sure, but generally, if somebody came to me and said, hey, which one of these two pistols, the Taurus or the HK, I don't care about price.
Go with the HK.
Yeah, because I'm going to be like, go with this.
Get you. Totally get you, but that's not the only competition we have in this friggin' lane.
Exactly.
We have a lot more firearms. We have everything from the Canic Metes that have a good reputation, a lot of rounds going down range through them from a lot of different people that don't get free guns. All right. And then we also have
SIG.
We also have the P365s. We have the Hellcats. I mean, we have what came out of Smith. What's Smith running? I'm blanking right now.
Smith has something. Yeah,
Shield.
The Shield.
Shield Plus.
Yeah, the Shield Plus. So, I mean, there's a lot of things that already have a good reputation. And now HK is trying to crack into that. So what do they bring to the table besides their reputation? What is it bringing that everybody else does not have? Cool. Get your market share, dudes. There are going to be HK fans and want an HK in that category. Yeehaw. And it's priced close enough, I feel, that when you're looking at a SIG, when you're looking at a Smith, you might look at that and go, what is it? What do you figure? An extra $100?
Yeah.
Extra $150?
Yeah, because the SIGs are not, they're in pretty close to the same ballpark price range. If you look, some of them are less.
But when you start looking at a P365, I can say this: you can go up multiple sizes, and you have that the FCU?
Yep.
That I can get a SIG, and then I can just grow that SIG into a fuse eventually if I want to.
Yeah, and you can have 10, 12, 15, 17 round mags. Unlike this, as of right now, you can get a 12. So
now they say they're going to have a whole family of guns come out with this too. So they might end up doing the same thing, but I don't see them. No one's mentioned they have an FCU. No one said you could take the guns out and swap them out.
And by looking at it, there's no window for where the serial number would be for an FCU. So. And they didn't say anything. You'd think they would put that in there and be like, hey, you can take the FCU out, put it in different stuff.
I'd like to shoot it because I really enjoy my SIG 365, and I've been carrying mine for years now, and I really enjoy it. It fits my hand well, and from what I've seen, this is going to be a good firearm. I hope if it's comparable to like the VP9. series because that's really good. So
I hope it does too. Hey, it's not as modular as I thought it would be because VP9 has those plates on it. You can swap them out, and you can get down to the VP9 SK. So if I can get a VP9 SK, why am I not checking this out? What's the size difference on them?
Quite a bit.
VP9 SK something like a Glock 26, and this is more like a Glock 43.
Yeah, this is more original SIG 365 size. Or
Yeah, see,
Hellcat
I'd like
size.
to shoot it just to see. I'd like to shoot it just to see if I'm as horrible with it as I'm with Hellcats and P365.
Right, because they're so small. Yeah.
They're so small. It's ridiculous. This hand doesn't even get on it. And this hand wraps around it and it's like holding a small bar of soap that's trying to like break loose out of my hand.
With two fingers.
Yeah, it really sucks. But hey, I still shoot it because it's an HK, and plus if I'm at HK's table at the range, I can shoot other cool stuff.
Yeah, you got that. So that is the HKCC9. Next up, I put this in here mainly for Tony. There's a new magazine out. It's not high capacity, but it's the Stogie Mag. It's been out for a little while, but they're taking orders now. This is exactly what you think it is. This is a humidor, kind of, that holds cigars. I mean, essentially, yes, it loads like a magazine. It's got a cover. You know, it holds up to 6 cigars measure 5¼ inches by 50. So, you know what size cigars it's going to, of course, spring loaded.
Like Taurus size, right?
Yeah, and
maybe a Robusto.
Yeah. Integrated humidifier in the follower, the sealing top cover, of course. Basically, it's cool for you guys, and it looks like a magazine, kind of like a PMag or something like that. I mean, you get the idea. It's exactly what you think it is. It comes with the humidifier pack, the cover, the magazine body. It does have a floor plate and a spring and a follower, just like a normal magazine. I mean, there's not really much more to say about this, except the price is they're like $90, which I don't think is terrible either, considering what it is. But I thought it was pretty cool. When I saw it, I was like, okay, this is kind of cool. So what do you guys think about this thing? Nothing?
Cool. Yeah. Cool for $90. This would be something. This would be a toy mag, or a toy just to take like the cigar shop and say, look what I got,
Well, you take it to the range. Yeah. Okay.
I don't know very many ranges play.
So I met these guys at SHOT. Actually, I think me and Rob smoked one of their cigars at the house. They gave me a couple cigars. Yeah. So it's a fun thing.
Yeah.
I have a small cigar box that holds like 4 or 5 sticks. This is what this is. You put some of your favorite sticks in, especially if you're going to go smoke it with friends. It's just a unique thing. It's $90. That's been dumb. That's been $90 on dumb stuff before. It's a freaking humidor. But the other thing you can check out is their other business, which is also when you go to order, it comes up everygunpart.com.
Uh-huh.
If you're in the gun kits, now I think what they do is they pick up guns and buy guns that are supposed to be destroy the lower receiver, and then sell the gun parts.
Yeah, and so this is
one of those.
This might be one of the few places you can get high point parts.
Yep, you can get high point kits. So a whole bunch of people keep asking about high point kits. Well, you can get them here. I don't know why you'd want them.
I don't. It's for the people that print guns, but I understand. But yeah, I mean, they have tons of high point kits and anything else like that you want.
My only
G3
concern,
Armory.
Go ahead, Rob.
Go ahead.
I was going to say, my only concern for something like this would be how much pressure does a spring put on the cigars, and number 2, that humidor or the I don't know if you're using a Bavita pack or whatever for the hydration thing. What do those cost to buy a new one?
Yeah, I didn't see those either.
You might
hydration pack, $18.95 for 12 of them.
I probably do my old tried and true. You take a piece of paper, you drizzle some desalinized or distilled water on it, put the hydration pack in and wrap it up and put it in a sealed container for 2 days, and it'll rehydrate.
For $4.95 for 3 of them.
Yeah.
Yeah, so the guys were pretty cool. I mean, they know what it is. It's just a fun thing.
Yeah.
Comes in a little cool box. The guy was walking around with a friggin' bump helmet on that was bedazzled. Looked like a disco ball. It was hilarious. His picture on the front, smoking a cigar with the bump helmet and the night vision goggles.
Yeah.
Up.
Yeah, I got you. So that was the Stogie Mag for any of you interested. So I don't think you can buy those at Primary Arms, but Primary Arms does seek to provide you the best shopping experience for everything firearms. They have a smorgasbord of products from your favorite brands, including a complete selection of rifles, handguns, firearm parts, and shooting gear. Every order comes with a commitment to superior service, fast shipping, and that expert support team. Don't forget to check out the Primary line of optics also. Now, our Primary Arms product of the week this week is the Primary Arms SLX cantilever 34 millimeter scope mount with a 20 MOA cant. Yeah, you pretty much have to get the whole thing in there to get it. It's their new line of SLX cantilever mounts. So, but they are making them in 30 and 34 millimeter 0 or 20 MOA cant, which is pretty cool. And you can find everything you want by heading over to primaryarms.com. Now, next up, Leatherman has come out with their ARC or ARC. I don't know exactly. It is a multi-tool. MSRP is $229.95. Now, besides the million of stuff that it has, you can get it in gray, black, or the other color, which they call obsidian, which is black with kind of an FDE color. Either way, basically the actual blade on it, the knife blade, is now Magna Cut. So you get a high quality actual cutting blade, not counting all of these other parts. You get needle nose pliers, of course, regular pliers, bit driver. There's a ton of stuff here. Diamond coated file, the small bit driver, the wood metal file, the pry tool, wire cutters, hard wire cutters. I don't know what the difference is there. An impact surface, so you can use it like a hammer. Large screwdrivers, bottle openers, can openers, and all spring action scissors, a saw, wire strippers, electrical crimper, and an edge file. Whew, I'm glad I'm done with that. Now, it has a few other advantages too. You know, it has bit compatibility, so it's your standard hex thing. Locking features for every one of the tools, basically, except the plier heads, which of course can't really, because the way it's used, it can't lock in place. They all lock from outside, so you don't have to open it to get to any of the tools except the pliers. Of course, it's made in USA. Has a removable pocket clip. It is PVD coated. It's got a thumb stud and a pocket clip, which they don't really mention, and you can also kind of flip it out if you want to get to the pliers or wire cutters, or depending on which one of those you're actually using. So if you're into multi-tools, might seem a little expensive, but you get a whole bunch of stuff from it, and you get an actual decent knife blade, finally. Does come with a little leather case, but I don't know if you really care about that. I thought it was kind of cool. I think it's a little expensive, but I'm like, okay, it is what it is. You know, it comes with various tools also. I'm not going to name the little hex tools it comes with. It's cool if you're into this stuff. Plus, all the tools you can get from the outside, which is probably what makes it nice. You guys got anything on this?
I handled these close to, I don't know, last summer, before last, something like that.
Probably.
A year ago,
without
when they first come out.
It was this without the Magna Cut blade. It's just, that's the only difference, probably.
Yeah. I was at Smoky Mountain Knife Works. They're like one of the largest places for knives, and the Leatherman rep was there, and I bought a couple of Leathermans while I was there. I don't hardly cheap out on knives. It's $100 a piece on them, but he tried to send me that one, and I was like, ooh, I almost bought it. I just couldn't bring myself to spend that much on it. If you're somebody that uses a tool all the time and you need all those attachments, or you could use all those attachments, I mean, I could see where you use it. Like if you're an electrician or locksmith, or I don't know. I don't know if you're somewhere you could need all those attachments. I don't. I don't know which one this one is. I've got the Sidekick, and I've carried this one for years.
Right.
And then I've got the one that's just a little bit bigger. That it's in my motorcycle, but they last forever. And these are the $79 to $100 ones.
Yeah.
So I mean, this one, if you need all that stuff, man, Leatherman they're not known to make junk stuff.
No, and that's the thing is they make good stuff. And it's like you said, I don't know if I would pay this much for this one. It's nice, but I don't need. I'm not gonna use it, except maybe just that's the thing. I'm gonna throw it in a vehicle and leave it there. So if I need a Torx bit or I need a screwdriver or it's a multi-tool, and I'm just gonna use it for that when I use it. I'm not gonna carry it with me because I have a pocket knife, and if I need other tools, I'm just gonna walk over to the toolbox and grab them. That's me. Tony? Oh, I think Tony froze. It looks like he's sleeping. I don't know.
He's thinking.
He's back now.
He was thinking.
No, actually it froze. So coming up, these were a little more expensive. The cheaper ones were Gerbers. So I purchased Gerbers because that's me. I'm tactically thrifty.
Right.
Broke every Gerber I had. Every Gerber snap. Garbage. I won't buy anything Gerber anymore because of the experience I had with this and their paraframe. So I'm looking at it and I'm like, how much did I actually use the Gerber before it broke? Well, then I picked up, what is it, Husky brand from Lowe's, I think it is, or one of the brands from Lowe's.
Right.
And it came with two different things. Now, as a locksmith, especially when I was working in the street, in a regular job, before I went to work for the prison, I could carry whatever I wanted. So this is one of the things I carried when I thought the job would be something that I could take care of with just the little tools I had on hand. You know what I mean? Instead of just grabbing a toolbox and getting all that stuff and then coming to someone's house, I'm like, I could come in with this, check this out, do a little grinding with a grinder, use a little screwdriver, use the blade to cut out some wood. If all I had to do was drop someone's strike plate down like a quarter of an inch, I could use this to do it. And then, but using the knockoff brand, the Husky brand, it's lasted for years. So I look at this, and I look at the price, and I'm like, dude, that's like double, almost triple the money.
Yeah, 2.5.
What am I getting? Because I'm not using that for the blade steel, and I'm impressed by that. I got a separate knife for that. I got knives for that. And if I'm using on the Leatherman, I'm doing it to beat it up. I mean, I'm doing something I shouldn't be doing with a knife in the first damn place if I'm using a Leatherman.
Exactly.
So how good do I need the blade to be? Because I'm going to break it.
Yeah.
So, hey, listen, to each his own. And if somebody wants that, mainly because I didn't buy the Cadillac edition of the thing, I got the knockoff. You know what I mean? And it works fine. I don't know the difference in feel, quality, or even, you spent the money because you bought from an American company, it's American made, and you got that pride in it. I don't care if two dwarfs made it in a tree in Andor. I don't want to pay a bunch of money for it, and as long as it works, I'm good with that. But if that's what you want, awesome sauce, bro.
Yeah.
I hope it's worth every dime. I mean, I know they don't break, or excuse me, I know they last a long time.
Yeah. I
don't think you're getting ripped off. I'm never going to say that. That more money than I'm willing to spend on it for how much I'll use, especially now that I work inside an environment that I couldn't bring it anyway.
Right. And that's the thing is I think it's great, but like Rusty said, this is their probably top of the line multi-tool, and they make multi-tools that are $60 all the way up to this one. Yeah. So I was looking at their others. They have a whole huge line.
They got a big SKU.
Yeah.
I mean, you pick what fits you. That's the way it goes. Is like, you pick the tool that you're going to use. Me, I wanted something that I could fold up with a file, because I use a file a lot and different stuff. When I'm out and about, and a screwdriver and the pliers. I could care less about the knife blade and stuff.
Yeah. Yeah. That's I think how all of us are. I'm like, yeah, it's cool, but all of us aren't going to use the knife blade for that, unless we might, because we happen to, if we were using the tool, and be like, oh, I'll just flip the knife blade out, cut this thing, and then go on our way. But yeah,
the scissors on mine. I use the scissors on mine if I'm at work and my mustache needs to be trimmed. I trim my mustache with it. That's all I've ever used the scissors on.
Well, at least we know what to use. That was the Leatherman Arc.
Well,
go ahead.
Real quick. Just scroll through. They got some cool stuff, and it's $79 to like $120 something dollars.
Yeah.
So exactly. I mean, there's stuff there that I wouldn't have a problem getting, but now I'm in a totally different phase of my job that this just wouldn't do.
Right.
So,
yeah, I hear you. I mean,
I think I really think if you were in a position where you use all the little different tools and stuff like that all the time,
maybe,
and you needed something small and compact, this could be a good thing, because I mean, I like Leatherman products. I mean, I'm not knocking it at all. I'm not going to pay that much for it.
Yeah, and
exactly.
I think
dudes in the military used to have them all the time because of what you need to work on. But I was a computer programmer. I'm good. But if you needed small tools, you needed something, reach in, grab something, rack something. Who the heck knows what you need? It's good until a scumbag steals it. But
well, and that's the thing is depending on, and you guys are both, right. If you need to have a bunch of tools in a small, compact tool, basically, something like this might be exactly what you need. And, like we said, this particular one might not be what any of us need, but it might be something you need.
Oh yeah.
And like we said, all of us have said Leatherman makes good multi-tools, and they have forever. So, we're not going against that. So there you go. The Leatherman Arc, or go look at all the others they look at if you're looking at something like that. Next up, I put this in there, I don't know, kind of for Rusty and kind of just because it's cool. Savage has come out with their Revel line. I put the classic one in here just because I think it's cooler than the other one, but that's to each their own. MSRP is $439 on this thing. It is a 22 long rifle lever gun, as you could maybe tell. The classic version has a standard straight stock. It is not a pistol grip stock. Of course, it is takedown, has a crossbolt safety, walnut stock, oversized loop, drilled and tapped receiver, comes with adjustable irons on it, medium profile carbon steel barrel, which I don't know if that really means anything. They have it in 22 long rifle as of right now. They will be having 22 mag and 17 HMR. So you get that. Of course, 18-inch barrels, receiver color, it's probably aluminum, so it's anodized black. I don't know. I saw them. I'm like, okay, these things are kind of cool. I do like them. They're a takedown. I like 22 lever guns just because they are so much fun. That's really the only reason I like them.
If they go back, if they're as good quality as the old Savage 94s were,
yeah,
you've got a good gun on your hands. One of the first, the first deer I ever killed was with a Savage Pump 30-30, and that was a tank. I had the 30-30 and the 35. And
Okay.
I kick myself for getting rid of them, but I've shot a lot of lever guns in Savage, and they're great guns, and I'm glad to see that they brought them back. I mean, because everybody's doing a lever action right now, and I'm glad Savage is getting back on board with it, and I hope they come out with bigger cartridges, center fires and stuff. But Savage has always been known for their quality and keeping their price where it needs to be.
Oh yeah, I did, and that's the thing is this is MSRP. They're not expensive. They're kind of cool looking, you know.
And they brought the Indian head logo back too.
Did they?
Yep. Put it in the buttstock.
Sweet. So
that's worth it there, right there.
You guys got anything on this thing besides that?
I think for the price,
same thing as Rusty said. Now, I was looking at it because I'm trying to see what it looks like, comparing it to a Henry.
Oh, yeah.
But they're two different prices, bro.
Yeah, yeah.
Two different prices.
And it's like you can compare it to, who else makes them? Taurus, Rossi.
Winchester.
Yeah, Winchester. And you can look at it and see that it's far better than the Taurus Rossi ones. I mean, if they work better, that's a different story. But by looking at them, they're slicker looking, smoother looking, at least to me.
And the takedown feature of it. The takedown feature is pretty neat on it too. The two pins.
Mm-hmm.
I kind of think that's neat.
Yeah, I'm with you.
Yep, think it's cool. Wish them the best of luck. It also has the ability, even with the classic, to put pick rail on top.
Yep.
And you can put optics on that way. I think they did do a little swing and a miss because they didn't thread the barrels. I don't know what they were thinking with that one.
I don't
either. They should have
either.
threaded the barrels on both of them. Because the big thing is, people modernizing they're modernizing lever actions. They put out the classic. They should have really put a threaded muzzle on.
They may have, and I wonder, knowing Savage, they always put out a bunch of lines. If they brought this out first, then they're going to bring out the tactical model that has the threaded barrel and the black wood or plastic, or depending on it. Because I could see them doing.
They have, 100%.
Yeah,
I mean, how many Savage 110s do they have out?
Exactly, and
thousands, 1,000 different models.
Yeah, I don't even think. I looked at their page, right? Because you can see how many pages of different guns. It has over 200 pages of Savage pistols on their website.
Yes, it's outrageous. But if you're into that stuff, that is the Savage Revel Classic or Deluxe, depending on what you're looking for. Now, for over 25 years, XS Sights has helped you get on target faster. I don't think they make a set for the Savage Revel yet, but who knows? They offer tritium sights in all different types and styles. Low lights no longer an obstacle. Most options come with that brightly colored photoluminescent ring around the tritium. That colored ring makes them work great in the daylight. Now, XS Sights has sight styles for everyone: big dots, ghost rings, standard notch and post, minimalist, suppressor height, and they all offer tritium options. Available for a plethora of firearm types from shotguns to handguns, XS Sights has you covered for all your low light sighting needs. Now, because it's Glocktober, our XS Sight product of the week this week is the Glock Minimalist Suppressor Height Night Sights. And you can use code GGR20 and you'll get 20% off almost everything over at xssights.com. And we're going to be giving a set of their new DXT Pro line here. I don't know, some early December probably. I'll put it up on the website so you guys can go enter here soon. So be looking for that. And so those are going to be out there. Just, some kind of a little Christmas present just for whoever. So that's out there. We do have some listener feedback. Came in an email. It's from Michael M. Says, thank you for your product review on Cobra Tech knives. So there's a few of us that have done that. He said he purchased 2. Well made and great presentation when they arrived in the mail. Great value. I never would have found them without your review, and I enjoy the podcast. Well, thank you very much for that. And now I guess we can let Tony tell us if his diversity shoot sold out again or something like that.
Not only is the next diversity shoot sold out, which is Thursday, it's been sold out for 2 weeks. And I put the November 7th event on tickets up, and half of that is full already. So I took the next step and I put up the November 21st event at We Shoot, and it's selling already. So it only took almost a decade for us to become an overnight success and start selling out, which is great because people bring their families and friends, and it's no longer just a curious person in their social group. It is pretty much, this is awesome. We need to get here. I think it also helps that the election's coming up and people are seeing, I think they want to show their families, you know what I mean? That, you shouldn't be afraid of firearms. And that one party's probably blowing smoke up your butt when it comes to that. Vote accordingly. So anyway, that's what's happening. So if you want to purchase a ticket, get online today, diversityshoot.com. You can buy your ticket. You can donate to us. You can help us be successful because we have to not only pay for ammo, we have to get prizes, we have to pay for pizza at each event. We're having a great time, but it does take money to run. So if you can donate, great. If you want to become a Patreon, please do that. You can do like $5 a month and everything is awesome. That would help out a lot. What else we're doing? On October 30th, I work one of the ranges here in Jersey, and I hope to get Black Guns Matter at an event on October 30th here in Jersey. So he's going to be doing at Union in Union, New Jersey at RTSP. He's going to be at RTSP on October 30th. Visit Black Guns Matter, and you can purchase your tickets through them today. That also helps. And I have a lady that I met named Valentine, and she works at Gun for Hire Range, and she decided to do something like I do, invite people, come out, talk about firearms. She's doing it on October 30th also. So please, if you can't follow her, go to my page on Instagram, Simon Says Train. You can see the link. You can see her video. You can go there. So either you can go hang out with Marge on the 30th, or you can hang out with Valentina on the 30th, or you can come to one of my events November 7th at Recoil Range, New Jersey, November 21st. We shoot in Lakewood. Also, you can find me on Facebook at Simon Says Train, at The Second is for Everyone. Also, I'm on X at Second for Everyone. Drop by, see my stuff. I'll be putting out a podcast soon. I'm assuming winter's coming, so I might as well get 2 of them out. I have enough information. I have some videos coming out also that we did. So check out the work we're doing. Please support it. We also have a kids shoot coming up with CNJFO, where we're introducing kids. We call it the Farming Shoot. We're introducing them to 22 rifles. They're going to start off shooting single shots from Keystone. Yeah, they're going to shoot Keystone single shots. That's the very first station they go to. And then they come to us and they shoot semi-autos and pistols. So we're introducing, I think it turns out to be like 20 kids, 2 firearms at the range. We have food. We have a crap load of prizes. And pretty much they sell out every year within hours of the tickets going up. So follow CNJFO. If you can't even make it to their varmint shoot, just donate to it. They can use all the money they can get because they don't have sponsors. All of it's donations. This is how we're going to make a difference. We're going to make a difference by helping with grassroots organizations. We're doing it ourselves. It'd be great if, well, some people think it'd be great if we had a Second Amendment billionaire backing us like the anti-gunners have backing them. I don't necessarily think that's true because when you get involved in billionaires, they give you a lot of money. You have to dance to their tune. I don't need to dance to anyone's tune. There's enough Americans that believe in the Second Amendment, the Constitution, that you can finance it yourself with $5. So you can do it yourself. You just have to be willing to step in and help monetarily, volunteer if you can't help monetarily, or just chip in when you can. I'd listen to gun websites, and he talks about just using the $20 to support at $5 a pop. Support 4 different causes a month. for $20. You're doing your part. So thanks again. We're almost at the 10-year point with this. And we're just getting more and more successful because more and more people come involved and make this work. So thank you very much to everybody that's helped us with this.
Sweet. And you can send us questions, comments, or feedback to gungearreview@gmail.com. Don't forget to subscribe and send us a review or leave one, whatever you would like to do. Also, please visit the Firearms Insider at firearmsinsider.tv. As you probably have heard, we have reviews. We got the discount codes are over there, all that stuff. So check them out. You can check us out on Facebook, X, and Instagram at Firearms Insider. Also, subscribe to our YouTube channel so you get notifications when we go live. Please check out our great sponsors, and thank you, as always, for listening to the largest pound-for-pound podcast on the network, and we are out.
Epstein didn't kill his spell.
Gideon Optics says thanks for supporting the Firearms Radio Network. Check out their rifle optics like the Guardian LPVO and pistol optics like the Omega and Rock. Fair prices and great performance on whatever optics you need. Visit GideonOptics.com, where affordability meets quality. Save 10% with code FRN10. Now, listen to another podcast.